Hello?
How you doing, Gilbert? Obviously, listen, another fight week. You're pretty old hand of them now. How are we feeling ahead of this one?
Feeling good, a little bit of pressure. I'm putting pressure on myself just because of my performance. I want to perform. I don't think the last time I performed the way I want to. I have a little problems, no excuse. I had a little problems with my wake up, my recovery. Sean Brady went there, did his thing, and then I had to change a lot of things and get here. And I want to be here. The thing is not about morale. It's about me performing. I want to go there and put the work that I've been training, and yeah, excited to be here. To be back, but show up. Put on a show.
You remind me when you say that of Israel Adesanya after he fought Sean Strickland, where it wasn't the loss that kind of ate him. It's more the fact that he didn't perform and he felt like, I'm at this stage of my career, I just want to go and do my best. Is that how you're feeling, that you want to just show the best of you?
Yes. Same thing Easy said, and then it's this. It's just like after the fight, Wagner Rocha, he's one of my coaches over there, and right after the fight, he said, hey, we got to talk, And then, I'm not sure, but I think he went to his gym, and then he said, bro, you have so... It was that conversation, that real conversation, that you're real friends, that was everything you need to hear. It's not pleasure. It's like, that brutally, honestly true. He told me everything, then I'm like... Yeah, and then I had my other coach, too, Daniel, that we had that same conversation. It was painful, but I needed to hear, and that was, I think, end of the year, last year, and then we start working, and then he's the guy that always be in my corner. I always want him on my corner. He was on my corner when I fought Kamaru and when I fought Dan Hooker, but I lost these both, and then he was a little, I don't want to be in your corner anymore. It hurts, but then after the fight, he watched it, and he hated that he wasn't here, he was not a part. And then we make a deal with him. I'm going to put on work. And he said, you still can beat these guys. You have the potential, but we're not putting the work. You're still working, but you're not putting the work that you should do it. And then I'm here. He didn't kick me when I was down. He was honest. It was painful, but then he gave the hand and said, I'm going to be with you. Let's put on work. And then I changed a couple of things. I had to change a lot of things in my career to get here, but we did change it. We did put a lot of work. And I felt a little rejuvenated. I feel a little bit, okay, let's right those wrongs. It happens. It kind of sucks, those losses, especially 3 back-to-back. Even in Jiu-Jitsu, I never have 2 losses back-to-back. In MMA, I didn't have 2, but I had 3 at once. And then, man, got to change a couple of things. And then we changed it, we changed a lot of things. I was lost in a little bit the belief on myself, and then they helped me to bring that one back. Not easy on the freaking hard training and heel sprints and a couple other conversations, and I feel that, but I still have that feeling that I want to perform. I don't want anything. I want to perform.
Well, those conversations can go one of 2 ways, right? They can tell you that you're not putting in the work, stuff like that, and you think, well, 3 losses, maybe it's time. I sort of look at leaving the sport, or you can get reinvigorated and get that fire back, which it sounds like you have. You mentioned the 3 losses, and obviously 3 losses is no fun for anyone. But if you look at the guys, right? Sean Brady, okay, the performance wasn't what it was. The Jack fight, completely competitive. The Belal fight, it was a bit of a weird one. You sort of, didn't feel like yourself in there, maybe had an injury or something, but those are the top of the division, so you can still compete with these guys. So do you look at those, look at your performances and think, okay, little adjustments and I'm right back in there?
Yes, that's exactly the way I see it. Look at these fights, and I'm like, the Belal fight, I got hurt. First, 2 minutes of the fight, it happens, it's not his fault. Guy went there, beat me. The Jack fight, I was doing a lot of things right until I don't. Ain't no excuse. Oh, I was winning. Yeah, I was winning, but you didn't win. Whenever it was time to really, when I made a mistake, he got up. He caught me with a beautiful knee, finished the fight. But the last one was the one that, man, I didn't show up. That one bothered me the most. It still bothered me, the 3 losses, but I just got to change little things. I know it's not a lot of things, but it's a little bit more discipline there, a little bit more improvement here. More serious here, honor this coach, honor every single one of my coaches, put on the work, little, I I believe I paid the price and I did all the things that I could done to get here, to put me here ready, the weight cut, the training, the dedication, the discipline, and all those things. I think I really put a lot of work for this fight.
What did you make of Jack and Belal? Obviously, you've been there with both of them. Was that the way you thought the fight was going to play out, or were you impressed with Jack?
No, I kind of predicted that Jack was going to win. I felt how good he is, bro. That guy was real good. And when I see he's training with Volk, I saw he's already had great scrambles when we fought, good get-ups, good takedown defense, and then he kind of was even more close to Craig Jones and with the Volk, with everything, and I said, man, that guy's going to win. And then I was seeing to see if Belal was going to train with Habib, but have that thing that Islam want to move up. I don't think, I don't know, but I assumed that was the case. Okay, I'm not going. This guy may fight me. And when I saw that he didn't went there, and he was more in Chicago here, and then I was looking and say, yeah, he's going to be, he's not 2-3 years Dagestan this time. I think Jack's going to win, you know. And then before I picked Jack, I picked Belal, but I started watching, looking more, paying attention to these things more, and I said, yeah, Jack's going to win. And I played exactly the way I did. Jack did the great thing, great movement, changing stance, in and out, long combinations, good takedown defense, safety. He fought a great fight. I was expecting a little bit more of forcing the wrestling from Belal. I thought Belal was going to force. Even like he's not working, I don't care. That kind of mentality, okay, he's not working, but I'm going to keep trying. I thought he was going to do that a little bit more, but he didn't. And I think the fight kind of slipped away from his hands when he didn't force the wrestling, don't even like try too much. And I think Jack looked awesome.
So that's the big debate, right? We kind of have to wait to hear from Belal. But is it that Jack stopped the wrestling, like he couldn't get close enough to force it, as you said, or did he really fall in love with his Canelo hands, and did he really believe in his striking and sort of got away from what bring him to the dance?
Yeah, we don't know. I think that's the question. That's the question that Belal got to answer. Did you want to really get the fans in love with you and just striking and, you know, because the fight was super entertaining. It sucks that Belal lost, but the fight was entertaining. That was a great fight. And unfortunately he lost, but I don't know if he really want to do just striking with this guy, you know, making an entertaining fight. I don't know what was the game plan. And then I praise these guys because Belal works very hard. His fighting IQ is high. His team has a good strategy. I think they do a great job. Not at that fight, you know. That fight, I don't know, but I don't think they did the right strategy to beat Jack.
Gilbert, what are your thoughts on Michael Morales and the UFC giving, you know, an old veteran, a young killer? I don't know, like, kind of when you step back, like, do you think it's the UFC's like trying to test this guy, or are they trying to get him over on you? Like, what are your thoughts on everything?
That's the UFC story, you know. Like, he's a upcoming. The guy's doing everything right. 25 years old, Ecuadorian. We don't have a lot of Ecuador guys besides Chito Vera. I was there in Miami. I fought Jack there when Chito fought Sean O'Malley. The whole media from Ecuador was huge. Everyone from Ecuador was there. So, yeah, he's a possible start, you know. And then me, I got to prove myself that I still want to belong on the top. So, yeah. So, whoever wins, if I believe I'm going to win, me winning, I'm back, you know. And then I need to get another fight to get close to a title shot. And if he wins, he cracks the top 10. So, yeah, it's the UFC story. And this guy's doing everything right. I respect him a lot. Very tough, young, super athletic. He started on wrestling, now has good boxing. The guy's good.
He's you're the biggest underdog, and he's the biggest favorite over you of your entire career. Yes. He's a bigger favorite than Hamzat was over you. Are you surprised by that?
I'm not surprised. No, really. I think the way I look on my last 3 fights and the way he looked on his last 3 fights, odds make it a little crazy, but yeah, he should be a favorite. And then I like to be a dog. One more time, I love it.
And then last year, this was before the Sean Brady fight, you said that you only had a couple fights left and you're not here for a long time. Has that quote changed because you've kind of fallen back in love with MMA, or is it you're still kind of taking it fight by fight?
I'm in love with MMA again, but I always was. It's not that I'm not, but yeah, I'm not. I don't have freaking Michael Morales type fights coming up. You know, that guy can do like 20 more fights. I don't think I have all of that. Yeah, I still want that. I got a couple more fights, a couple more good fights. I still got a little more riding. My coach is gonna travel a little bit more to Vegas with me, to a couple other places. Yeah, and I'm enjoying, you know. So yeah, we'll see. One fight at a time, but we still got a couple more fights.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you.
What did you think about the Islam vacating the belt and going up and immediately getting a shot at the welterweight bout? And what do you think about that? And how different is that fight going to play out than what we saw versus Belal?
That's going to be a great fight. Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's big. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know. I think he was a little okay. If you're going up, we gotta. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. And yeah, I like him moving up. I proving himself. He's number 1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of crack the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're going to have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating Islam, you know. Yeah. Everybody good?
Actually, I got one more for you. Obviously, you've fought JDM, and the welterweight division is kind of seeing a shift, right? Older guys are on the back end. These new guys are coming out. Of the newer guys, right? Buckley, Ian Gary, Shavkat, Sean Brady, you fought him. Who are you kind of most impressed with? Kind of you think is kind of the future of the division?
Oh, all these guys are they different, right? Ian Gary, great striker, super fast, high volume. Buckley, dangerous, you know, great boxing, physically very big, strong for the division, has a big test now on Kamaru. Morales has a good test now on me. Sean Brady's been looking very impressive, especially after the Belal loss. He came back, he put on the work, looking better and better. Shavkat is a freaking monster. I cannot wait for this guy to be healthy and showing. You know, he's very, very good. Who else is in there? Carlos Prates. All these guys, you know, they good, you know. And then the veterans, we got to put on the work, you know. We cannot let these guys take over. So we got to keep working, keep getting better, and prove that we're still a force in this division.
Thanks, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Just one quick question over here,
Yeah.
Gilbert. Bom dia, obrigado. So, considering the welterweight division is probably one of the most stacked and one of the most competitive, toughest divisions in the UFC right now, and considering what you've seen from Michael Morales specifically, because I know you studied his fights, you've watched them. Besides Brazilians and Mexicans, which are probably the two countries that have the most Latin fighters in the UFC, where do you see Michael Morales' ceiling within the division and within his career? He said he might also move up in weight class sometime later on.
Oh yeah, I think for sure he's a man, but on the sport he's still a kid, bro. Guy's freaking 25 years old, cracking the top 15 already for one of the most stacked division. I think he's doing the right things. I just think, you know, one advice that I give to Ian Gary, I'll give the same to him. Go travel a little bit, you know, go to other places, other gyms, go train, go get more experience, and keep getting better. I think he's doing the right things. I believe I'm gonna stop him Saturday night. I do believe in that, but that's not gonna really stop the guy's career, you know. And I think he should get a lot of experience, a lot of fights, training, travel, go here, training this guy, go here, go freaking 2-3 years, Dagestan, get a little, get better a little bit, go improve all the areas. I think this guy has a crazy future if he keep doing the right things. 25 years old, already in the UFC, already with that record. Oh, that guy is going to be a force in the UFC soon.
Obrigado pelo seu tempo.
Valeu. Yep. Good. Bye.